Good morning. This today is the Wizard's Tarot, and I am doing a Decan walk, a system that is as old as time, and the original method for which tarot and astrology were combined. And I also combine in numerology. So I will be giving you a broad spectrum of my skills in this sense. So I pulled the two cards that you see here, the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups, at 8:32 a.m., which gives us an 8-5 energy, which is equivalent to 1-3, learning new skills to work together, which equals a 4, which also is going to relate to our Four of Cups in water of our fourth house. Today is Friday, Venus Day. And the beads I recommend are rose quartz for unconditional love, emerald for peace and internal harmony, diamond for commitment and loyalty, pink tourmaline for self-compassion, and rhodochrosite for forgiveness and reconciliation. Today is June 20th, 2025, which gives us a 6-9 energy, or a 1-7 equal to an 8. So the energy today is quite solid and fairly well organized, and many of us are questioning. And part of what my question to the tarot was today, although it is quite general the way I read, was why are we building up so deeply into chaos? What is this? It feels like it is a precursor to something massive happening to us. And this could be correct and this could be incorrect. But I know that I am, as an astrologer and someone who does astrological therapy, I am hearing, I just feel so scared. I feel like something big is going to happen to me. It feels so personal. And, I can't give an answer to your intuition, but I can tell you many of us are feeling this right now. So let's go ahead and begin the reading. And we start out with the Wheel of Fortune, which is going to be a 1-0 card, meaning something happening quite solidly. It's new to us, yet is it? Is it new enough? I think that this card is suggesting by sacred agreement we operate under the auspices of our four elements. And this, I'll explain that a little better when we get to that. And we have the Four of Cups, which is going to relate to the element of water. And this is also going to go back to the High Priestess and the Chariot. It is the third decan of the fourth house, Cancer, the Moon, meaning subconsciously we are getting assistance. We're here by divine agreement. And this process we're in is part of our sacred movements. So what do we have? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is also known as the Lord of the forces of life, driving our fortuna, which that's very interesting. Our Wheel of Fortune, or our part of fortune, is within 5 degrees of the 11th house. And this particular card relates to the Wheel of Fortune card. Currently, it is within 5 degrees of our 11th house, ruled by Mars, which is in our first house. And it is applying towards our second house, meaning our first house is about our survival. Our second house is about our income, and not so much our inheritances, but this does semi-relate to our inheritances. Mars is in Leo in the first house, and it wants to free us from the bondage we feel. Castor is currently conjunct Mercury, and we have a Cazimi with Jupiter getting ready to take place, meaning we are going to have some profound insights for justice. And we need that. This is here to make sure that we see the truth, and the truth gets told. Is something that we are not currently getting exactly. Many don't want to hear the truth, and that could be influencing why we're not getting the truth. Many feel that they have met their deity and honor every word he says, whether they should or shouldn't. Okay. We are changing quickly at this time, closing out a cycle. Now, this is the part that I find fascinating of the great year. We have a pole that goes up and creates a little tiny circle as it rounds, and that's called precession. And we're closing out a 26,000-year cycle, meaning the circle of this precession process is closing. Our wheel card says we are experiencing our fate. And the 4 fixed signs, Leo, Taurus. So Leo's fire, Taurus earth, Scorpio water, and Aquarius is air, making up the 4 winged creatures that generally fly with the Wheel of Fortune. And there are some little things in here that suggest the astrology, but they're a little harder to see. That we are undergoing deep transformational changes from a fixed point of view, and we will not be able to stop what's coming. The astrology says that this is occurring for us in the 10th house. But the 10th house energy is now starting to wane. It's starting to go into the 11th house, back to the people. The power will be shifted to the people. We are in crisis, no doubt about it, and a massive case of division. And the wheel wants, when we have crisis, to turn faster, to cultivate growth and guide us towards new beginnings. Mars in Leo in the first is applying to the second house and says we need relief financially. We can only absorb so much of the loss before it shuts us down. Many need to embrace this change rather than resist it. It's time to accept that through adaptability, opening up your mind, using your critical thinking, shifts in inspired action where you have influence, is all on the table. It's all about our interconnectedness. These events and your ability to trust yourself, to be guided by your higher consciousness, is now on tap. And if you allow that, you will be guided with wisdom. And I can tell you that for myself, I recognize the pressures of our times, and we have a massive garden going right now that we put together so fast. It made my head spin, and we are still working on it. I'm going to bring you images from the garden, because what I see coming is grocery stores being abundantly way too expensive and quite frankly, not very good for us. It's overpriced garbage. And maybe it is here, this energy is here for us to learn what's really wrong with our system and start doing something right about it. And this 4 of Cups says, wait a minute. Yes, there are spilled cups, but notice on the desk, a single cup remains. There are many things wrong here. The cups in the front say, yes, there's trouble and time is ticking. The Wheel of Fortune right here says it's all about to hit. And the cat right there saying our intuition matters. How we navigate this energy will either lead us to some conclusions and a way forward, or it will lead us to the light and we'll be off planet. Okay. So this is the 4 of Cups, the High Priestess and the Chariot managed this card from our 4th house, and the 3rd deck in the Moon. The current placement of the fourth house would be Scorpio. Our environment is rapidly changing. We are undergoing the emotional impacts of not knowing how to manage money. Now, a fearful process. Many negative tax changes to those who can afford it the least. There's lots of financial exploitations to those on the bottom by the wealthy. We must step away from the fear and the resentment so we can work with what remains. This card with the moon is asking us in every way to trust our intuition and to seek a deeper understanding before reacting. Using the fear to motivate us towards strategic actions. Fear requires an honest assessment, and it is here not to harm us, but to help us. The moon is lending her knowledge, her shadow, to remind us we have a sacred mission right now and a contract, a sacred contract. And a part of this, by divine agreement, something regaining worth and power, coupled with we are going to learn of the secrecy going on around our collective resources. This is what the astrology is showing me. We will have exposed financial truths, shadow government influencing our economic policy, money we have paid being steered into behind the scene actors who have taken us into a place of deep mistrust. This is about to be addressed. I know that it seems as if this is all amping up right now. But what really is true is what's amping up is we are being exposed to the truth. And by having someone in office who really isn't a part of it, he does not know how to hide this from us. And therefore, we will learn the truth. We're about to learn about unaccountable networks working against our will, working against our better way forward. Without public oversight, this is part of why this is so uncomfortable. We can all sense something is terribly wrong, but we just can't put our finger on it. How they operate, we the people, Pluto in Aquarius, will demand this be addressed. We have a time bomb, literally, getting ready to fly. And the question is, if this occurs, will we start asking the right questions? And the astrology suggests we will. It is suggesting that, as you can see, all the books in the background, we're going to start doing our homework. We're going to start looking into what really is happening and why. And so with that, please do like, share, and subscribe. This is a Decan Walk Golden Dawn system. And leave comments. Tell me how you're managing. I know that it is a very dark time for all of us. Thank you for being here. Like, share, and subscribe.